Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk and today we are seeing how we can break through our own barriers. What are our self-limiting beliefs that are holding us back? Sometimes we get held back in our path from external forces that stop us in our tracks. And other times we have to do some shadow work to overcome different beliefs that we've been taught or things that we believe to get us to that next step, to get us to our next ascension. It's so important. So we're going to do a little bit of shadow work today together, and that's going to be awesome. And what that means is we are going to look into ourselves. We're going to look into our emotions and see what's holding us back and how we can break through. We're going to ask Spirit this question together. And thank you to that person that put this down in the comments in the community tab. I truly appreciate it. So this is the way that this channel is going. It's been going really well so far, and I appreciate all of your questions. And it seems like people are getting a lot of clarity out of them because all of us share different problems that we have in our life at different times in our lives. And it's great to help one another as we ask these questions of Spirit to get those answers back and see what we can gain from them. So it's going really well, and I appreciate all of you doing this. It's been an awesome experience, so thank you. So this is a pick a card. We are going to see which pile resonates with you. We are going to choose from 3 different piles. We have the gemstones, we have the images, we have the destiny or life path numbers, whichever one you want to do there. And I am going to put a link down below about what explains the destiny numbers, okay? It does a better job than I can. So that's going to be down below from now on in the description as well. But once you have chosen whichever pile resonates, go down to the description, and in the timestamps there's a little link there that will take you directly to that pile. Or if you want to, you can watch all 3. There's really no rules. It's just whatever resonates with you. And I appreciate you being here. Let's see what gemstones are here for you today. In pile 1, we have Sunstone. In pile 2, we have Rose Quartz. In pile 3, we have Bronzite. So see which pile resonates with you, and I'll see you there. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are looking into how you can break through your own barriers. Sometimes we have self-limiting beliefs that really hold us back, and it's not really the truth. We can actually accomplish what we want to accomplish, but we have, for whatever reason, this belief that we can't do it. So we are looking into a self-limiting belief, and we're going to see how you can get around it, how you can actually accomplish what you want to accomplish. And this is different than exterior problems coming in, right? This is all about being inside yourself and saying, I can't do it, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's all about you believing that you can't do it, even though you can. So, this was a direct question from a viewer, and I really appreciate that. If you have your own question that you want to ask Spirit together, then drop it down in the comments below. I would appreciate it. So here we have 6 different cards, and we have a challenge card up top. Let's see what Spirit is going to reveal to us today. This first picture that I receive is an image of an older person with a cane and an image of a young toddler. And they are together. They are looking at each other. And Spirit is saying that they have the same limiting belief. Their age. They believe that either they are too old or too young to do something. That this is holding them back. This is the reason why they cannot accomplish what they want to accomplish. And Spirit is going to challenge you if this resonates with you. If you think you are too young or too old to do something. And we are going to look into what that challenge is next on this next card here. Spirit is challenging you, if you believe your age is really holding you back, challenging you to throw your age out the window. Throw that number out the window, whatever it is. And what is it you truly want to do? What is in your heart? What is in your soul? Because that's what matters. Why does that matter? It matters because if you have this yearning in your soul to do something, then more than likely that is going to be part of your soul path. That is going to be why it's resonating so strongly with you. And the fact that you are saying, I am too old or I am too young, that is why I can't do this. It's going to hold you back from accomplishing your soul path. So Spirit is challenging you to throw your age out the window. With this age number gone, and it's just you and Spirit saying, okay, I am here today on this 3D earth plane. I am here and I have abilities. What is it that I really need or want to do today? And let's do it. This next image is for both the young and the older. Either way, you're going to have to accomplish your goals. And you're going to have to do them in the way that suits you best. I see many people climbing up a staircase, and I see you looking at an elevator or the staircase, depending on which way you are. As far as, are you older? Are you younger? Which way is best for you? If you are older, you'll have that experience on your side to tell you which way to go. If you are younger, you will have that strength or energy on your side to tell you which way to go. So either way, you will be able to accomplish your goal, but in very different ways. So another lesson from Spirit, and this is always a good one to keep in mind, is don't compare yourself to others. It's so hard to do. We as humans constantly compare ourselves to one another because we are tribe mentality, right? We want to fit in order to actually survive down here in this 3D earth plane. That's an old mechanic that has still surfaced even in modern times. But you had to stick together to hunt. You had to stick together to actually survive when we are hunter and gatherers. So this quality of humanity has really stuck with us as we have evolved here on this 3D earth plane. And the downside of that is to compare ourselves to other people to see if we still fit in, to see if we're still in the collective or in the tribe. And Spirit is saying, don't do this at this point. Do not compare yourself to others, how they are doing it. Because your way is going to be different than their way. Your progress is going to be different than their progress, but you will get there in your own way. Now, you can always look at how other people are doing what you want to accomplish, but don't say that they are better than you or worse than you, because they are accomplishing it in their own way and you must accomplish it in your own way. But the fact that you both get to your goal is really what matters. This next image I can really relate to. I see a person that is writing down all the different ways that they want to fail today. Now, do we sit down and write out these different ways to fail intentionally? No, we want to succeed. But all of a sudden, this little voice or this way of thinking comes in and says, oh, I can't do this because of this. I can't do that because of this. I can't do that because of this. And all of a sudden, we are thinking of ways we can fail. And we do this to keep ourselves out of danger, all right? And that's understandable from a survival standpoint. But we are here to succeed. We are here to accomplish our soul path. We are here to grow. And what this means is to stop anytime we come into a thought that says we are going to fail because of this. It's going to be more about how do we succeed in this goal? How do we get on our soul path? How do we actually accomplish our soul contracts, our actual meaning, our soul purpose while we're here? So if you write down how you will succeed rather than how you fail, you will get through this barrier. Just like throwing your age out the window. This next image, I see you are on your soul path. Your soul shines brightly. It is traveling along the path. You are on your way. But if you stop walking, you won't finish. You are being called to do this for a reason. So as I stated back in the challenge card, what is it you truly want? What really resonates with you? And this is going to break you free. This is going to let all of those excuses go by the wayside and actually break you free of your own barriers. So when you have age as an excuse, then this limits you. And Spirit is saying, don't let it limit you. Don't let that be an excuse for you. Go out and do what you're supposed to do here, because you're still here for a reason. This last image is you traveling along, walking up those steps, gaining your goal, and you are holding a coin. And on this channel, the coin means abundance. That can be spiritual, that can be financial, that can be emotional abundance. And you are up there and you are so happy. You are feeling fulfilled. And these words came from Spirit. Your path forward is for your soul's experience, not the age of your body. That was deep. That was deep. So we're really doing this for our soul's experience, not for the age of our body, not for our human body. This is for our soul. So think about that the next time you set out to do something, what your soul wants or needs to experience while it's still down here in this 3D earth plane. And that will break that barrier, that limiting belief of age. Because your soul does not have age. Your soul continues on, and you continue on. So this age is just while you're down here in this 3D earth plane. Pile 1, I hope this brings you clarity. I hope this helps a little bit. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today as well. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are seeing how you are going to break through your own barriers. What self-limiting beliefs do you have that are holding you back? These beliefs are inside of you. For one way or another, for one reason or another, you believe that you cannot do something for some reason. And we are going to see how to break that today. Sometimes we have external forces outside of our control that come in and keep us where we are, but that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about our emotions and our beliefs and really our negative self-talk about how we can't accomplish our goals or why we can't accomplish our goals. And Spirit is going to help us see how we can actually break that barrier and accomplish the goal that you want. So this is a direct question from a viewer, and I appreciate that. And if you have your own question for Spirit that you want answered, then go ahead and type it down below in the comments and I'll add it to the list. Let's see what self-limiting belief you have at this point and how to get around it. The first image that I see is you slouched over. It looks like you don't have any energy. It looks like you've been trying very hard to get to something. And I see a trophy up just out of your reach. You cannot get it. You have the self-limiting belief of, I am not good enough. And we all have that from time to time, don't we? We all have that. I don't know how many times I've said that to myself. I am not good enough. Even saying those words hurts us. You can feel the energy as you say those words. And Spirit is coming in and saying that this is not true. Another thought that you might have is, I will never amount to anything because of this or because of that. Again, that energy just reverberates through you and you can feel it sucking out your energy to do anything. And again, we've all said this to ourselves for whatever reason, in whatever environment, in whatever situation. And Spirit is coming in and saying that is not true. You are good enough. You will amount to something. Now let's see how. This next image I see is part of your challenge card. I see you coming into balance with yourself, being aligned from top to bottom. And this is talking about your chakras, but also it's talking about finding balance in your goals and your skill set and your motivation. All three of those things. And that's the challenge from Spirit. Because if you're not feeling good enough, then something in your goals, your skill set, or your motivation is not balanced. It's not in line with one another. So let's see how we can get those back into alignment so you do feel good enough and you can accomplish your goal. This next card, I see an old adage, meaning an old saying. You can't fit a square peg in a round hole. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I see you looking at a version of yourself, and in this instance, you are thinking of becoming an astronaut. So let's say I wanted to become an astronaut right now. If you put me in a spacesuit and shot me up into space, I wouldn't succeed because I don't have the skill sets. I am not ready. I'm not prepared. I have no training. I wouldn't know what buttons to push. I wouldn't know where to go. I wouldn't do very well. Okay? So the fact is you are reflecting on who you want to become. Are you able to, one, change your goals so that you don't have to change yourself that much? Or are you willing, are you motivated to change yourself into this person that would become an astronaut? Are you willing to actually be able to push the right buttons, do the training, go into space, and survive? That is a great question for you. What is your motivation? And this all boils down to your soul path. Spirit is saying your skill set does not match what your goal is right now. That's why you're not feeling good enough to reach your goal. Are you willing to change to reach that goal? So are you willing to become a circle peg to fit into the circle hole? Or do you really feel better as a square peg, right? Do you need to change, or are you good as you are? Will your motivation hold until you reach that goal? Motivation is like flame. It can spark up at any moment and go out at any moment. You need a consistent burning flame or motivation to keep you going to get to your goal. All good questions. So the next image that I see is you meditating, you connecting with Spirit. And you may still be thinking that you're not good enough to reach your goal. Well, Spirit is coming down and saying, okay, it's time to look at your skill sets. It's time to look at your goals. Do they match? Compare them. Does your skill set match your goal? Now, let's say I wanted to become an astronaut. I personally am afraid of heights. It wouldn't go very well, okay, if I wanted to become an astronaut. I wouldn't do well with heights. I wouldn't do well with fast rockets. It's just not me. But let's say deep down in my soul, I was afraid of heights. I didn't do well with fast rockets, but I had this burning motivation and this desire to do this. And I thought, you know what? I am going to overcome my fear of heights. I'm going to overcome my fear of fast rockets, and I'm going to do this, right? So then I change myself to match the goal. I change my skill set to match the goal. Now, me personally, I wouldn't want to change that much to be an astronaut, so I would change my goal to something that would be better, right? So like be an artist on YouTube. Hey, that's my skill set. Hey, I can do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. And maybe I'll put in my love of tarot and the esoteric and spirit, and I'll make this a channel. Now I feel good enough, right? I feel great, and I feel blessed because my skill set is aligned with my goal. If I tried to be an astronaut, I wouldn't feel good enough. I wouldn't have any motivation, and it wouldn't go well. So there's a great example of matching your skill set with your goals. And if you really want to change that much, then that's a blessed path. And you have that motivation. You have that fire to keep going and learn that new skill set to reach that goal. So you may be saying, RoboMonk, I don't know what my goal is. I don't know what skill set would be matched to what goal. I don't know what to do. That's okay. Spirit has us covered in the next image here. You are holding a coin, and inside that coin is your soul. Now, the coin here on this channel means abundance. That can be spiritual, emotional, or financial. This abundance is surrounding your soul. When did you feel fulfilled? When did you feel this abundance flowing through you? Those are the moments to concentrate on, because those are your goals. But not only your goals, okay? I mean, it's your soul's goal. And I love that that rhymes. But it's your soul goal that you want to reach, because you're on this path for your soul's experience. You're moving through this 3D earth plane to accomplish your soul goal. So with that, you feel that resonation. You feel that resonance through you. And when you feel that resonance, that's part of your path. That is part of your goal. And you can learn your skill sets to go after that goal. So when you feel alive down here, when you feel free, when you feel fulfilled and abundant, that is part of your soul path. And that's what you should go for. So this last card, I see your soul, I see the coin for abundance, and I see you in action. Spirit is saying you have your soul path to walk down. You have that fulfillment to feel, that abundance to feel, and to really think about, all right, on my soul path, I feel abundant, I feel fulfilled. Anytime I feel those two things, I am on my soul path. I am helping myself, I am helping others. I'm making this 3D earth plane a better place to be. I am helping my soul ascend. So I'm going to match my skill set to that feeling. Anytime I feel that, I'm going to match my skill set to that. What can I learn to make this abundance and this fulfillment continue on and help others and help myself ascend? Then your motivation kicks in. That special kind of motivation that won't go away, because you know you're on your soul path, you know you are feeling fulfilled, you know you feel abundant, and you can continue on. And that you will feel good enough to be even great at this goal. So you will feel not only good, but great. So know that you are good enough for this path. Know that you are good enough for your goals. Know that you are good enough for your skill set. And it's finding that alignment that is going to make all of those different things click into place. This was really fascinating, Pile 2. Really fascinating. I learned a lot with you, and I truly appreciate you being here with me. Hopefully this resonates with you a little bit. I want to thank you for being here with us today. I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are seeing how can you break through your own barriers. These are barriers that you have set up in your own mind, saying, I cannot accomplish this goal because of this, because of that, because I don't believe this or I don't believe that. These are self-limiting beliefs that actually aren't true. You can accomplish this goal, but for whatever reason, you've been taught or you believe that you cannot. And we are going to see what this self-limiting belief is for you, and then how you can get around it. So, this is a direct question from a viewer, which I appreciate, And if you have your own question that you want to ask Spirit, drop it down into the comments below and I'll add it to the list. All right, let's see what's going on here today. We have a challenge card in the upper card there, how Spirit is going to challenge you in this self-limiting belief. So let's go ahead and see what this belief is first. I see a picture of you meditating. And I see the symbol that I always draw of you connecting with Spirit, but there's a massive X. It's crossed out, meaning that you feel like you cannot connect with Spirit. This is a self-limiting belief. And for whatever reason, you feel like you may be blocked from Spirit. Spirit doesn't care about you. You're not worthy of connecting with Spirit. There's some kind of disconnect between you and Spirit. And I feel like most of us have felt this way sometimes, where we just can't hear Spirit or hear it communicate or feel it communicate any different way. And we feel cut off. And then we start to believe that, well, Spirit isn't here for us, and so it's moved on, and we're just stuck here on this 3D earth plane. Spirit is coming in and saying, that is not true. It does understand why you feel this way, but there's going to be several different ways that we can get around this self-limiting belief or this barrier. So your challenge from Spirit, I see you looking through a magnifying glass at a ladybug on a little plant. And you can see Spirit in your own way. What is that way for you? Spirit is asking. So Spirit really wants to know, how do you see Spirit? Well, you may say, RoboMonk, I just told you that I can't. So how am I supposed to know? Okay, well, that's part of the challenge, right? So we're going to figure out different ways that beings and souls connect with Spirit and see which one resonates with you. This next card, I see you, and you are not reacting to anything that Spirit is really trying to communicate to you with. Spirit wants you to know that it's constantly trying to communicate or talk with you. I see these mouths that are talking at you, but you are not reacting to them. And Spirit's used to this because we all have this sometimes. So how do you pay attention to Spirit? And Spirit is trying to connect to you through emotions, thoughts, and Spirit wants you to trust your intuition. That little feeling in your stomach, your heart, or your solar plexus. In those areas where you have those tinglings, sometimes in your mind, we'll get to that. And it's that way, that little nudge from Spirit to say, hey, please pay attention to what's going on right now, or please pay attention to how you're feeling right now. Please pay attention to the external happenings that are going on right now. And this is a great way to connect with Spirit, to know that Spirit is talking with you. But let's go into a couple of more specific ways. So you may have heard of the clairs. Now the clairs are different ways that souls connect with Spirit. There is the clairaudient, which you hear Spirit. Okay, so I draw an ear there for that. There is the clairvoyant, where you see images, just like me, right? I draw the images that I see from Spirit, and I actually am clairaudient as well because I'm hearing Spirit and typing this down for you. There's the clairsentient. You may experience this when you walk into a room and you instantaneously feel this feeling of, okay, well, that person's upset. I don't know why that person's upset, but I can feel their aura. I can feel their energy being projected out into me. You may even feel that through videos or over a phone conversation. You understand, right? And it's that emotional understanding, that reading of that vibration or that aura, and you just have this knowing. That's clairsentient. And claircognizant is when you have a download from spirit. A lot of times you can get that from the Akashic records, or you can get it from different ways of spirit just telling you information, a download. And people might ask you, how do you know that? And you just say, I don't know, I just do. Okay, if that sounds familiar, that kind of phrasing, then you are claircognizant. These are 4 different ways of connecting with spirit. And if some of these start to resonate with you, that's wonderful. And some of these take a little time to develop. And a lot of them can be confused with that little voice inside of your head, okay? That can be your conscience talking to you. So sometimes you're talking to yourself. Other times you may hear a voice and it tells you something that you really didn't know, okay? I would say that was spirit. You can hear things, you can see things that you might not have known before. That is spirit talking to you. But these are all very fancy names. These are very fancy names of connecting with spirit. And there are other ways to connect with spirit too that are a little less formal, all right? A little less formal and just kind of everyday ways. So some of those ways are through reading, movies, music, movement, signs, and nature. So I see music notes for the music. You may hear different words or phrases, or even just the beat speaks to you. And you hear spirit through that. You feel spirit through that beat of the music, that rhythm. You also may feel spirit when you are doing an action, whether that be martial arts, sports, running, swimming, anything like that where you are using the physical body to move in a certain way, and you feel spirit that way. You can see spirit through nature, the way that nature reacts to itself, and you can learn a lot through nature. You can read a book, and there are certain words that actually talk to you. They speak to you right now at this moment, and you think, oh wow, that really hit me hard. I wonder why. That is spirit talking to you. You may feel the same way when you're watching a TV show or some kind of something of a video on the computer or on your TV, however, whatever device you use, and you think, wow, that struck me hard. I don't know why. That's spirit talking to you as well, okay? Because you're getting that reaction. You're getting that reaction out of that. And sometimes there's literally a sign, okay? You might be driving along the highway and you see a sign, and all of a sudden you think, oh, wow, why did that pop into my brain? Because I read this sign on the side of the road and it said, go this way, okay? Sometimes it's that obvious, but spirit really tries to connect with you and communicate with you all of the time. It's really just our brains and our souls, if we are ready to receive that message, that we start to listen to it. This last card, Spirit really wants me to tell you, and it's very important that you hear this. So we see your soul on its soul path. Spirit wants you to know that you are worthy of being here. You are worthy of Spirit's messages. You are worthy of your path, and you are worthy of bettering your soul self. So never feel unworthy. Never feel like you shouldn't be here. Never feel like you're not making a difference, because you are. right, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today too. I hope this brought you some clarity. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time.